I am now creating weekly exclusive content for Patreon, so if you are interested in that, go check out the link down below. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another video. We are going to start doing these, and I'm going to try my very best to be as accurate as I possibly can. I'm going off stats, and I have a system, and I will do it for every single club in the Bundesliga, and indeed all the top 5 leagues. I will even hit some of the quote-unquote minor leagues as well. Now, we're going to kick off from the top to the bottom. I think we probably will end up going in order of the league as the way it currently stands. I'm doing the Bundesliga first, as it's the one coming to the end. And we're going to talk about the goalkeeper, Ulreich. He's not played a single game all season. I think he's gone from a 79 down to this 78 rated card. I mean, they could easily keep him exactly the same as what he is. They could downgrade him tremendously. Because he hasn't played, it's so difficult to really judge. Moving on to a player who has played, Manuel Neuer has kept 14 clean sheets and been, of course, the main goalkeeper for Bayern Munich this season. If I say anything that isn't correct, feel free to correct me in the comments. In terms of like games played, goals scored and such, I won't get that wrong because I've gone and done my research. But if Ulreich has played a game, for example, just let me know. Manuel Neuer, a slight downgrade purely because of age and the fact that goalkeepers tend to get downgraded if they don't stand out, which Manuel Neuer hasn't really. Martinez, very quick note on him, 15 games played all season, only 5 starts and a 6.75 match rating. He is declining in age, of course, as well, because he's 31 now, so I've downgraded him to an 83. There is a very fair assumption that some of these players will have been injured, and I'm not really aware of that. My next player is another example, Sula, down from an 85 to an 84. He's only played 8 games all season. To be fair, has actually played relatively well when being given the chance, 7.19. I'm not sure whether an injury has kept him out all season or whether it's just not being picked. You'll have to let me know. But either way, I feel like because of the lack of games, slight downgrade. Jerome Boateng has done enough, in my opinion, to maintain the 84. Given his age, though, EA may feel that they want to downgrade him. 2 versions of this card to show you then, one of which has 73 passing, the other has 77. Slight switch, not many of you would have noticed. He's played 22 games, 6.92 match rating, but a very high pass accuracy out from the back. So why do defenders not have high passing when they have very good passing statistics? Hernandez, potentially down from an 84, potentially not. I do have 2 versions of the card to show you. I will say, though, even though I've downgraded this 83 from the 84, I've actually upgraded the passing and not downgraded anything else. So if they do decide to give him an 84, in my opinion, much like Boateng, he deserves a passing upgrade. 17 games played all season, only 8 starts and a 6.67 match rating is one of the reasons why I believe he may get a downgrade. Not guaranteed, but just may. Let's move on to a player who I believe deserves a considerable upgrade. In fact, I hope he gets upgraded better than this. It is, of course, Pavard, now playing more or less as a right back for Bayern Munich since Kimmich moved into the middle. 30 games played this season, 7.20 match rating. He's still only 24. I would like to see a slightly better card than the one that I've given him. I've been unbelievably conservative with these upgrades and downgrades, so just take that with a pinch of salt. Moving on to left back Alphonso Davies. You may argue that he deserves a higher rated card, and I will show you what I kind of hope he gets. 28 games played, 23 starts, 7.22 match rating, still only 19 years of age. That is the card I hope he gets. But it's more likely to be 80 or below. It took Joe Gomez a long time to get an 80 rated card. I'm not saying Alphonso Davies isn't as good as Joe Gomez, obviously, but what I'm saying is EA do tend to be quite stingy when it comes to upgrades for players who have only really been playing well for one season. Alaba, up from an 85 to an 86, now predominantly a centre-back for Bayern, 27 games played, 7.19 match rating, still, again, only 27. I say still only 27, and 19 for Davis and 24 for Pavard. They're likely to have a birthday either before the game comes out or shortly after the game comes out, so again, take that with a pinch of salt. A player who hasn't done particularly well this season is Tolisso. Only 13 games played, only 7 of those were starts. 6.94 isn't terrible. It's actually pretty good considering he hasn't had that many games played, but I can just see EA taking that as a reason to downgrade him to an 82. I mean, I don't really want to see it, but it is something that I can see happening. Let's move on to Goretzka. 22 games played, 15 starts, 7.12 match rating, still only 25. I've kept him exactly the same as he is. I think I may have upgraded... Did I upgrade the passing by 1? I don't know. But either way, I've kept him as an 84. I think in recent games, he's done very well in the first half of the season. He wasn't really given that many opportunities, so it's going to be difficult for anyone to really judge him. But still, Thiago is a player that I believe deserves an upgrade. 24 games played, 7.37 match rating. He's 29, though. That's the only thing that will go against him. And I know it sounds ridiculous because 29 is fine, right? You can still go and secure yourself an £80 million transfer at being 29 years of age. It's not a problem. But FIFA and EA see 29 as a decline in age and may very well chop his legs off and give him 50 pace. Let's move on to Coman. 22 games played, 16 starts, 6.94 match rating. Interesting that I'm happy to keep him at 84, but I'm downgrading Tolisso from an 83, even though they have the exact same match rating. They're from the same nation, and they are indeed the same age, there or thereabouts. But Coman has played double the games. So, yeah. Kimmich, I believe, is due a big upgrade. To be fair, he could even go higher, although knowing EA, he will be lower. I've gone from, what is he, an 86 to an 88. I think that is fair. I mean, I would like to bump him up to an 89, but I think an 88 is about fair. 31 games played, 7.68 match rating, which is the highest of all of the Bayern Munich team. And of course, he's still only 25. Great looking card as well for the start of the game, of course. Gnabry up from, what is he, an 84 to an 86? I think that might be a little bit too much of a jump. I think maybe an 85. But either way, 30 games played, 25 starts, 7.44 match rating. Again, still only 24. They've got an awful lot of middle 20 German players, or just middle 20 players in general, really. Bayern are good for a good number of years. And of course, they do have some veteran backup as well, one of which is Thomas Muller, up from an 86 to an 87, and the reason I've done this is because he has most assists in Europe this season, and I don't really see anyone catching him, even though the other leagues have now started again. 31 games played, 24 starts, 20 assists, 7.42 match rating. Definitely warrants a high rated card. To be fair, I would give him a higher rated one again, but because of his age and the fact that EA don't really like Thomas Muller, I just can't see them giving him more than an 87. One youngster to talk about, Xerxes, who played for just a little while when Lewandowski was out injured. Of course, he was out injured and then the whole thing started, so he got over that injury and now he's back. But Xerxes has played recently. 8 games, 3 starts, 4 goals. Not bad, and he's still only 19. Maybe a silver, maybe a 74, but I didn't have a silver card design. Lewandowski is our final player, kind of. There are 3 more, but they're sort of honourable mentions. Lewandowski, 29 games, 31 goals, 7.63 match rating, only 0.05 beneath Kimmich. But of course, he's 31 years of age. So what have I done? Bumped him to a 91 because I believe he deserves a high rated card. He won't get it. EA will give him 89, 90, but I want him to get a 91, so there we go. And I've given him 93 shooting, but I have chopped off his leg slightly. Let's talk about Odriozola for a second. I've not changed him, still 80 rated. He's of course going back to to Real Madrid from Bayern Munich at the end of June. There's going to be no need for an extension either because the season will have finished by then. I don't know whether he's going to stay or what's going to happen, but I thought I'd mention him. Perisic, of course, I believe he's going back to Inter. He is indeed end of June. He's done all right. 7 goal contributions in 11 starts, 21 games total. I mean, I don't know whether he's going to stay or not, but I've kept him as an 84. I can see him going down to an 83, but we'll have to wait and see. And of course, Felipe Coutinho, wherever Coutinho goes, he does all right. You know, Liverpool, he did well in that big move to Barca. He didn't do particularly well at Barca, but he didn't do too bad either. He was kind of just not forced out, but he just didn't really... He performed well, but his end product just wasn't there. And of course, when he went to Bayern, he did quite well there. Really, I mean, he's got himself 14 goal contributions in 22 games and only 15 starts. He only averages 63 minutes a game and he's got 14 goal contributions. So, I mean, I don't think that's too bad. There are rumours of him going back to the Premier League, of course, so remains to be seen what happens there. That is the Bayern Munich player rating predictions for FIFA 21. Have I got any of them right? Have I got any of them wrong? Feel free to let me know. I'm not biased in any way towards any of these players, by the way. It's just going off the stats, going off their match rating. I have a system in mind. If they hit a certain criteria, I will obviously give them a certain rating, and that's the way that I'm going to do it. I'm going to do every single team in the Bundesliga, the teams that are coming up as well, maybe one or two of those, and of course we'll hit every other league as well. We've got a long way to go. It's only June. We've got basically until September to get this done. Let me know what team you want me to do next from the Bundesliga. Kind of hoping to go from the top down, but we'll see. If you have enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.